Now we shall see the geometric representation of a quadratic polynomial. Now a graph can show, when we draw a curve on the graph, it can show how many zeros the polynomial has. Okay, first we'll just have a look at the zeros of the polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial is the value of x when it makes the polynomial is equal to 0. The values which make the polynomial 0, they are called, those values of x are called the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, so the main criteria is how the curve, how many times it touches the x-axis. This is the main criteria, how many times it touches the x-axis. Okay, so if it does not touch the x-axis, then there are no zeros. Okay, so just we'll see an example. If there is a curve like this, okay, this is the curve, and we'll see how many places the curve touches the x-axis. The curve touches here one point A, second point B, third point C, fourth point D. So there are 4 zeros. That is A, B, C and D. Suppose if there is a line parallel to x-axis, okay, this is a line parallel to x-axis. Here this line does not touch x-axis at all. So here the number of zeros, this is 0. Okay, so this is a concept of zeros of polynomials. Sometimes there is a graph like this also. Like there is a parabola which does not touch x-axis. Then this also, here also the zeros are, this is 0. Okay, here all the number of zeros are 0. Zeros is equal to 0 because it does not touch x-axis. Okay, now we shall go to exercise 2.1 graphs. Here the graph y is equal to p of x is given. Okay, and there are these are few graphs given. We have to just write how many zeros are there in the polynomial in this equation. In the first case, line is parallel to x-axis. It does not touch x-axis at all. Therefore, number of zeros is equal to 0. There are no zeros. Okay, in this graph, the curve touches at one point. The graph touches at one point. So, second one, the graph curve touches x-axis at one point. So number of zeros is equal to 1. This is very easy, simple. Now here the curve touches the x-axis at how many points? 1 point, second point, third point. Okay, third one, curve touches x-axis at 3 points. Therefore, number of zeros is equal to 3. Okay, we'll move to the next part. Now in this graph, the curve touches x-axis at 2 points, first point and second point. Okay, curve, fourth one, curve touches x-axis at 2 points. Therefore, number of zeros is equal to 2. Okay, next one. Here the curve touches x-axis at first point, second point, third point, fourth point. Fifth one, curve touches x-axis at how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points. Therefore, number of zeros is equal to 4. Here in the fourth one, curve touches 1, 2, 3 places. Okay. So the curve touches x-axis at 3 points. Therefore, number of zeros is equal to 3. That's all. Now we shall see exercise. This is exercise 2.1. We'll go to 2.2.